Hey, what's up, good people? Eddie Gray here from the YouTube channel The Modern Creative, and in collaboration with PSP, I want to talk about mixing. So, if you've recorded a bad bass, or maybe you're mixing a file and you got some stems that sound like you have a broken bass, there are various reasons this happens. It could be your setup, it could be that you're using the same preamps, it could be that you're using the same bass, it could be that you're not using new bass strings on a recording. So, whatever the reason may be, we need to take a bass that sounds like this. To this. All right, so if I solo this, you'll really start to hear what's lacking here. Check it out. I'm not hearing any definition. There's no clarity. There's no thickness. It just sounds like a bunch of muddied sounds. So with some saturation, compression, and EQ, you can make up for that loss of sound. Sounds like this. So now every one of those notes is very clear. I can literally hear the guttural sound of the pick hitting the strings. So how did we do that? So the first thing I'm going to add to the signal is PSP Binamp. This is a fairly new offering by PSP and it sounds really good. You want to saturate before you compress. So let's hear what we get when we add this on to the signal. So this is where you're just going to get that initial color, the analog feel. Here's without. So if your bass is weak, that's a good solution. From there, we're going to move into compression. And I'll use an FET compressor just to really get this to bite. So settings, you want to go aggressive on the threshold, but just don't squish the sound by creating a fast attack. So that added a lot of girth. Here's before. If you really want to hear the string react, bring that release down so that the compressor comes down quickly and then starts doing its job. If you create a long release, it's just going to hold the compressor in place. It's not going to sound that great. Yeah, so you can really hear the dynamics there. So then we're gonna move to PSP E27. I love this thing. I think it sounds marvelous. Do me a favor and turn on the transformer here on the lower left-hand side. But just by adding some drive and low cutting at, let's say 50 hertz or so, you can do a whole lot. So here's just a little bit of drive, low cut at 50. So we took away a lot of that unwanted mud, and I'm going to continue on that theme by taking out somewhere between 2 and 400 hertz. So I'm just going to back off and get rid of some of that mud. Okay, so if I remove PSP E27, sounds like this. Yeah, it sounds round, but like in all the wrong ways. Let's add it back in. Good. Now, just as a reminder, this is with nothing on it. So we've made significant progress, but the most important step starts now. I'm going to play this with the mix this time, but we're going to boost anywhere between 2 and 5K. So I'll take this white ring here and I'll set it so that we're making an adjustment between 2 and 5K. Which one, you ask? Well, it kind of depends on your song. So the way that I like to do this, I like to increase this red knob all the way up to like 12 or 16, and then I basically just go back and forth between the various frequency selections, and then I back off accordingly. All right, team, so I'll bypass just PSP E27. And I'll take out everything from the signal chain now. So we're gonna bypass bin amp, FET presser, and the EQ. Sounds like this. All right, team, I hope that made a difference. I think there's always a way to make something that sounds really great, sound absolutely incredible, but it's really difficult to make a poor recording sound fairly good or even very good. So that's the task that we've been handed as producers, and we have to work with the best tools possible. So check out PSP Audioware, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you. See ya.